And welcome back, YouTube. This is Booster Buster here with my second top 10 video. In today's video, I'm going to be going over my top 10 favorite Dragon Ball Z heroes, in counterpart to my first Dragon Ball Z top 10 villains list. Now, the same rules apply. This is only counting Dragon Ball Z, not GT or regular Dragon Ball. And no heroes from the movies will make it from this list either, as it's just from the show. Let's see. And once again, this is all opinion, so this is my top 10. I'd love to hear your top 10, your favorite characters. Let's see. Let's get on. I will say this, in this list I had some fun, because I actually have 12 characters that I like, but it's kind of in tier systems. I have 4 that I really like, 4 that that are good, and then 4 that are tolerable. And it was fun narrowing that down to 10. Alright, on with the list. Alright, so for number 10, we have good old, oh, there we go. Make sure there's no glare. Good old King Kai. I don't have a personality for him. I want to say that they made a promo of him, but I don't think they ever made him available in the packs or starters. I think he was just a promo. But yeah, I like King Kai because he taught Goku the Kaioken. That was an epic move before Super Saiyan became a thing. This was Goku's training to become stronger in order to fend off Nappa and Vegeta, the big threats at the time. Without him, and also I love his little planet. That was really funny, and his 2 little sidekicks, the monkey and the, can't remember their names right now. I think one's Bubbles. I think the monkey's Bubbles. I can't remember the little bee hornet thing, but he got smacked over the head with a mallet, and that was funny. And it's also kind of fun to see the other Z Warriors eventually make it to this planet after their demise and train with him. And otherwise, later in the show, in the Frieza saga, he just kind of became an update, basically just like a updated, he always updated Goku on what terrible things are happening on Namek, which, that was a little annoying, but still a very fun character, nonetheless. Number 9, we got the original, the person who taught Goku the Kamehameha wave, Master Roshi. Now in Dragon Ball Z, he didn't do too much, but he did have the Kami House, and that's where the show actually started at, was at the Kami House in celebration of Gohan's birthday? Man, it's been a while since I've seen the first few episodes. But yeah, and Master Roshi is always there to provide comic relief, which the show, needed, especially in the later half of this series. And he's just fun, lovable guy, because he's the old pervert that every anime show almost has nowadays. Which, he's funny. He purely makes a list because he's funny. He's the old funny guy that can get really bulk, as seen in the new Resurrection F trailer, which I can't wait for that to get dubbed. But yeah, Master Roshi, Kami House. Oh, and he had the turtle. The turtle that he rides around on the sea in, and yeah, that's funny though. Alright. But yes, and it's also kind of his house is kind of a hub place for all the Z Warriors to gather, for all the weaker ones to gather, to sit around, what's her name? the one with the crystal ball to watch, like all the fights unfold, and basically, Master Roshi's house is kind of like a hub for the lesser people to hang out at, and it's basically kind of like a safe zone just to see how everything's going. But yeah, that's why Master Roshi makes it at number 9. Number 8. Good old Yamcha. I rag on this guy a lot for dying, which he does. But, at the end of the day, I like Yamcha. He kind of has a tragic story. In Dragon Ball, he's the very first of Goku's villains that he meets and obviously becomes friends with. And the guy never stands a chance against any villains. I mean, he dies to a Cyberman for crying out loud. And Dr. Gero, 920 beats him, which is also very sad. Although he does get a chance to beat up the Ginyu Force, which is also very sad. And Kamis are on the King Kai's planet, but of course that's anime filler, but it still happened in the show. But yeah. But his story is tragic because you think he's going to end up with Bulma, but he doesn't. And all he has left is his cat, Peru. I can't remember her name, its name right now, but the shape-shifting cat that always follows him around. That's all he has left at the end of the series, which is kind of unfortunate. But you almost feel bad for the guy, and that's why he makes that my number 8. Just because he's a character that's always the butt of the joke, and you just genuinely feel bad for the guy. But he was awesome in Dragon Ball, but this is not a Dragon Ball list. Number 7. Probably going to get a lot of dispute about this one, because this is a very likable character. He's ranked very highly among people, but Future Trunks. He's a very cool character, but the fact that he's used as a Deus Ex Machina to instantly destroy Frieza and Cell, to give Goku the medicine, to warn them about the androids, to fight Cell when he's all bulked up but can't move because he's way too bulked up and slow. He has a lot of flaws, but at the same time, he was the very first person out. He was the second person to go Super Saiyan in the show, which was pretty cool. And he had that cool sword, which I do like. Let's see. He's also the son of Vegeta, which is pretty cool. That's why he's able to go Super Saiyan. He's half Saiyan. And the time traveling aspect I wasn't a huge fan of, just because, that when shows do time, when anything does time travel, I'm just always wary, because it leads to a lot of possible plot holes in the future. And I'm not even gonna, nope, just not gonna talk about that right now. But yeah, Trunks, although his battle with his movie was actually pretty solid. I did like that. That's all I have to say about Trunks at number 7. He's just not my favorite, but he's still a good character. And this is probably my best card that I have from Trunks Saga set at this time. Number 6, speaking of Trunks, we have Trunks' father, Vegeta. Vegeta is kind of, at least in the later episodes, kind of the last resort to fend off the villain until Goku can come and save the day. Vegeta's story is also tragic because he's always playing second fiddle, second best to Goku when he is the Prince of all Saiyans, which you've heard that story many times before, I know. But yeah, he's he always wants to be better than Goku, but he can never be better than Goku just because the show won't let it. But yeah, but he also had the reason he ranks so low is because he has that terrible ego that lets Cell power up to perfect Cell. That that gets in the way with him and Goku. You know, they always argue, and they had that, and is kind of the reason why Majin Buu is right back, because of him and him turning Majin and helping Babidi gather the power unknowingly, but he wanted Babidi's power to help defeat Goku, which that fight was epic. That second fight with him, the rematch between Goku and Vegeta. Let's see. But yeah, I mean, he has, like I said, he's a person that basically fends off the villain, that basically consumes time until Goku gets there, saves the day. He's always, and let's see. Like I said, if it wasn't for his ego, I'd like him more. But his personality is that really cocky, really arrogance type of personality, which just leads him to be a little bit lower on the list. This list is a little bit tougher to put together than the villains list, I'd say. Number 5, we have Gohan. Specifically, Gohan from Saiyan to the very end of the Cell Saga. Gohan had that great progression of character. He started out as the kid that had untapped power that could be really useful to the Z Warriors. He was trained by Mr. Piccolo, one of the stronger of Earth warriors. You know, besides Goku. He had great progression as a character. He went to Namek to help bring back all the people that he loved, to help get the Dragon Balls. He went, and then the Cell Saga is where he really became a good character. He trained, he became truly powerful, and that final battle with Cell is probably one of the best fights in the Dragon Ball Z history. Definitely one of the top 5 for sure. You know, obviously Goku and Vegeta rematch is epic. Also, everybody forgets about the Goku what's his name? Pico, the guy from the Otherworld tournament, but yeah, that battle was also really epic, but people forget about that a lot. But that's for another time. Gohan, but yeah, just for his progression of character, how he became a wimp all the way up to, you know, a teenager that could stand up against the world's strongest enemy that they have seen up to that point, and be able to eliminate the Earth's greatest threat. The Z Warrior's greatest threat. It's probably one of the best moments in Dragon Ball Z history, and that's what makes the character. After the Cell Saga is a different story. I mean, Mystic Gohan is pretty cool, but up to that point, between that and that, he really fell off as a good character, because he really lost a lot of power. Became almost like a joke. Yeah, if it wasn't for the Saiyan Man and basically turning to his studies and all that as a character, he would have been much higher. Now we're getting into the meat, my favorite characters. Number 4, we have Krillin. probably one of my more favorite characters of the series. This is Goku's oldest friend. Well, second oldest, I guess, if you count Bulma. But yeah, this is Goku's longest friend, who he's always been by his side. He's always been there to help. And if you think about it, Krillin has probably the most exciting and normal story in the Dragon Ball Z universe. He dies multiple times, and at the end of the day, he ends up marrying Android 18 and settling down and have a nice family. How many people in the Z Warriors can say that? Definitely not Yamcha, that's for sure. But yeah, so he got the girl, and he got to visit the afterlife multiple times, and his death is the reason Goku went Super Saiyan in the show, which is, probably the defining moment of Dragon Ball Z. Let's see. And he's, like I said, he always has Goku's back. He's always helping, even if he needs to retreat. He'll like take Gohan or Gotenks, whoever it is. He'll help them retreat. If he does reconnaissance, he does everything. And he's not afraid to die. He's died multiple times, as I said. And he's also probably my second, or one of my favorite characters in the series just as a whole. Now we're getting in to another great character, Tien Shinhan. Probably, now many of you are probably saying, why is he so high? Think about it for a minute. Tien Shinhan is the epitome of what a human can do in Dragon Ball Z. If you take Tien to a tournament, to the world tournament where it's purely humans, no androids, no Super Saiyans, no aliens, no half-breds, Tien wins the tournament. Tien is probably the strongest warrior in the show that's human. That's pure human. He pushes himself to the limit. He continues to train well past his limit. He knows that he'll never become as strong as the other, as a Super Saiyan. But Tien is the human form of the Super Saiyan. And that defining moment of his is when he stops Cell. He actually stops Cell in his incomplete form for a while Android 18 and 16 can run away. Which I think, that's his defining moment, and that's to say that a regular human can impede Cell's progress, even for a little bit, is pretty outstanding. Unfortunately, his sidekick Chao Su is prone to self-destructing. But yeah, I just like Tien just because he's human, and he shows the strength or he shows the true potential that a human can tap into. He knows he's never going to be as strong as them, but he still fights. He's always on the front lines to help. What more can I say about the guy? He's Tien Shinhan. He is probably he makes it to my third favorite hero in all of Dragon Ball Z, which is saying a lot. Especially when half the heroes are Super Saiyans or half Super Saiyans. Here comes the controversy. Number 2. Goku. I'm probably gonna get a lot of flack for this one, but Goku is the hero of the show. He's always there to save the day. He beats Nappa instantly. He has an incredible fight against Vegeta. Almost loses, but is able to, with his friends, help fend off Vegeta's attacks. He goes to Namek. He makes mincemeat out of all the Ginyu Force except for Captain Ginyu. He beats Frieza by going Super Saiyan. The very first time he turned Super Saiyan in the show, like I said, the defining moment of the show, probably the most well-known moment, the best moment of the show in my opinion. He trains Gohan to beat Cell. He turns Super Saiyan 3 against Majin Buu. He uses the Earth Spirit Bomb to destroy Majin Buu. You know, Goku saves the day. You know, he is the hero of the show. Whenever anybody, pretty much whenever there's a villain to beat, Goku's there. As you see him progressively get stronger throughout the show, he goes to King Kai's planet, learns the Kaioken, which is an awesome move before Super Saiyan becomes a thing. He goes Super Saiyan, then Super Saiyan 2, then Super Saiyan 3. Then he fuses and becomes Super Saiyan 4. Which, you know, that's GT though, so we won't talk about that. Let's see. The story of Goku is just epic. From Dragon Ball all the way up to the end of Dragon Ball Z. And his fight with... I can't remember his name. Pekan? I can't remember. Sorry, it's been a while. It's the guy he fights in the Otherworld tournament. The final one, it's not Piccolo, it's the other one like him. But yeah, that fight was epic. His fight with Vegeta, both of them were epic. His Frieza fight was my favorite fight of the series. He didn't really fight Cell. I mean, he did, but that was more Gohan's moment. But yeah, Goku, it's the reason the show exists, is because of Goku. But there are reasons that he is my second favorite character, and that's because what happens at the end of the show with Oob, that was terrible. He's he is, we all know this, he's not the greatest father. He is very... His reasons for letting some of the villains live are rather stupid. Like, the reason he let Vegeta live was because he wants to fight him again someday. That was kind of ridiculous. But yeah, and he tried to let Frieza live, which no one should let Frieza live because he is pure evil. But yeah, you know, for his... And, like I said, the main character of the show, Goku. Although I do miss the Flying Nimbus and his extendo pole thing. They kind of just got rid of that, like, after Raditz Saga. Which was very sad, but... Did anybody remember those Flying Nimbus and the extendo pole? If not, that's fine, because that was a very small part of this show. But yeah, Goku, number 2. And before I go to my number 1, I want to show some two honorable mentions. First, we have Android 18. Reason she didn't make the list is because she, as a good guy, she just really wasn't there for long. She was there from the end of the Cell Saga through the Buu Saga, which he just not enough time to learn a character as a, you know, good, you know, you just don't have enough time to learn their personality and all that. But, And, you know, as far as, you know, she's the strongest female of the show, so the only one that comes close to her is Videl, and she's not that strong, and because Bulma and Chi-Chi are just all bite, no, are all bark, no bite, sorry. They just, because, you know, they don't have any powers. But yeah, she is the strongest female of the show. She married Krillin. And my second one, and once again, I don't have the personality for this because it was only ever a promo. Mr. Popo. Only reason? Dragon Ball Z Abridged. They took a completely irrelevant character and made him incredibly funny. Thank you, Dragon Ball Z Abridged, for that. Brought me many funny moments to laugh at. Now, final character. Number 1. The best of the best, in my opinion. Not Goku, not Trunks, not even Tien Shinhan, not Korn or Yajirobe. No, definitely not those. Mr. Piccolo, the Trained. Well, that's the personality, but yeah. I really like Piccolo. Damn right. Piccolo as a character is awesome. He is the one who kills Raditz and Goku. He kills 2 Saiyans with 1 attack. That's pretty epic right there. Let's see. He trains Gohan. He gets rid of the tail of Gohan. You know, he in his monkey form, so he takes care of that problem. He defends. He basically stabs. He keeps Nappa at bay until Goku can get there to save the day. Then he's revived on Namek and he fuses with Nail, which the fuse ability, I love the fuse ability to become more stronger by fusing with other Namekians. I wonder if a Namekian absorbs all the other Namekians, would they be stronger than a Super Saiyan Goku? I don't know. But yeah, they combine with Nail, and then he holds off Frieza until Goku can get there. Basically, in the later half of the show, Vegeta takes over Piccolo's spot as the person to hold off the villain until Goku can get there. Because he did that in the Saiyan and the Frieza arc, and he also holds off Imperfect Cell for a while, or the first form of Cell, until, you know, once he absorbs, and then he fuses with Kami to become even stronger, which is epic because, and also at the same time very threatening because if he fuses with Kami, if Piccolo dies, and then he becomes, then all the Dragon Balls are dead. But yeah. And the fact that he's Namekian, I really like that. His regeneration ability is awesome, which, without the regeneration ability, Cell would not be near the threat as he is. Let's see. I'd also say that Piccolo, I love Piccolo's design. It's, you know, especially when he's wearing the turban and the cape, that is just awesome looking. And the fact that they're weighted down, you know, obviously, but yeah, Piccolo progressively gets stronger throughout the show. But once again, just like Tien, he can never be as strong as the Super Saiyan Goku, which is unfortunate. Because, and his personality, which he doesn't have much of, I really like, because he doesn't talk too much. And, you know, the show's about fighting, so I want to see that. He is always straight to the point, But he does have wit when he does talk, which is nice. And like I said, he's always there to fend off the villain until the Saiyan, one of the Saiyans, can help and either fend off the villain longer, or Goku arrives and saves the day. But you gotta remember, he still has that claim that he did kill Goku once. Willingly, yes, but he can always say that he killed a Goku, which not too many people can say outside of outside of the villains. But yeah, those are just some of the reasons why Piccolo is my favorite character in Dragon Ball Z. Is my favorite hero character, sorry. And well, let's see. That about wraps it up. If you guys want to, just remember, rate, comment, and if you want to, subscribe. If you guys want to see more top 10 videos in the future, just leave a comment below saying, hey, I'd like to see more top 10s. If you guys don't like them, I won't do them anymore. I might do my top 10 favorite Yu-Gi-Oh cards in the future if you guys want. This has been Booster Box Buster with my top 10 favorite Dragon Ball Z Heroes, signing out.